This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, and verse 1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, answered me and said, Write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory unto the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Ruach Kodash, and double honor to my teachers, the head apostles, and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. In peace and salutations to the elect that's scattered across the four corners of the planet Earth, pushing His truth and sincerity and meekness without wavering, as well as risking their life and freedom to do so. This is your brother Ishiar from the GMS Cleveland Church, and I'm back with another lesson, and Lord willing, it is edifying to one of the Lord's elect, and this is going to be another topic on the beast, another lesson on the beast, okay, this system that Esau Edom, the self-proclaimed white man, is bringing upon the planet Earth, man. All right, this has been in the talks. Well, this has been in my algorithm. Instagram, TikTok. Nothing. Everybody's talking about the surveillance that's coming upon this place, man. Specifically, the United States of America, which is Babylon the Great. All right, and also the EU. The European nations, they're both hand in hand. Okay, they both represent the beast. They represent the beast that rideth upon the whore that rideth upon the beast, the whore of America. The beast is NATO and the EU. Well, NATO, okay, and also EU. But this system is beginning. Okay, the main focal point I must say is the United States of America and its allies, which is Europe. Okay, and also you have the land of Israel, as like Apostle Tahar says. You guys speak in code, but we're gonna focus on the United States of America. Okay, because this is where Revelation 13 and 16 is going to take place. Okay, speaking of, if I might say, the main how can I say it, man? The main focal point, okay, is the United States of America, Babylon the Great, man. Why? Because this is where the 1/3 of the elect, the 1/3 of the nation of Israel, which is considered the elect, as well as the 144,000, which majority of them are here, are going to be delivered from this system. Okay, they're not going to bow the knee to the image of Baal, which Baal today will be science, okay? And it's going to come in the form of a RFID microchip, which we believe and know through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, that is the mark that's John the Revelator seen in Revelation the 13th chapter, and specifically the 16th verse. All right, John seen this system, man. Okay, and this is a new thing. Okay, this is a new thing, as it says in Revelation, the 1st chapter, and I believe it's the 3rd verse, because a lot of people, specifically these Israelite camps, they try to say the beast has been around and the mark has been around since the garden, which that's not true. Okay, this is not true. These revelations were only given to John the Revelator on the island of Patmos, and this took place in 90 AD. Okay, so the beast and the mark is a new thing, as the scriptures say. So this is Revelation 1:1, the revelation of, it says Jesus Christ, but we know that's not the true name. Okay, the letter J was invented in 1524 by a grammarian by the name of Gian Giorgio Trissino. Okay, so the real name is Yahweh Shah. Christ in the Hebrew is Mashiach, which means anointed. So it says the revelation of Yahweh Shah Mashiach, which God gave unto him to shew unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass. See, shortly come to pass. And he sent and signified it by his angel unto his servant John. Right, so this thing is it's a new thing, okay? Shortly come to pass, man. See, this thing wasn't the beast and the mark. It wasn't established yet, okay, when John received these revelations, man. It's starting to be revealed now what the beast and the mark is, man. Okay, and the beast, okay, it's talking about the ancient Roman Empire, okay, the system specifically, which America and the NATO nations and the EU nations are pushing, which is ultimate control. And that ultimate control is going to be the system, man. The internet of all things, ultimate surveillance, tracking and controlling your body and what goes on inside your body, and tracking and controlling your money, man. See, this is what's taking place, man. So we know, all right, that it will surely come and will not tarry, man. All right. So you got leaders out here, specifically Bishop Nate and IUIC. They're saying that the mark is sin, right? So if the mark is sin, and sin has been around since the garden, so everybody has the mark, right? See, you have to sit back and really scrutinize, right, these leaders and what they're saying, man. All right, it doesn't make sense. Okay, sleeping with white women, right? ISUPK. All right, believers of the way, it's a belief system. Okay, you're pledging allegiance, you're swearing and believing in this system. Okay, no, man. The mark is actually a physical thing, man. And as you see from the People's Voice, it says Bill Gates unveils global digital enslavement blueprint. Your body, your identity, bank account, and body must become one, man. See, this is coming. This is what you've seen on these movies, man. All right, the movie End Time, right, with Justin Timberlake. They literally had a holographic, they had Luciferian, I guess you could say ink inside their arms, right, their forearms, or the inside of their inner forearms, and it would tell them how much time they had to live, man. And that was pretty much their money. That was their currency, man. And guess when they ran out, guess what? They dropped dead. You see, so your identity, bank account, and body must become one. That's going to be through that MOTB, man. So let's get into it. All right. It says, speaking before an audience of world leaders and tech oligarchs, self-appointed global health czar Bill Gates openly called for the total fusion of biometric digital IDs, biometric meaning measure of the body, right? Personal bank accounts, payment systems, agricultural surveillance, and centralized health records, framing it as essential progress for humanity's quote-unquote safety and health, man. See, this is what he does it under the guise of safety and health, meaning it's going to benefit everybody. Well, if you take this mark, you're saving humanity, you're saving the world, you're saving your neighbor, which really you're not, right? Remember the scriptures say in the book of Sirach, and it's the 14th chapter, and it says, I think it's the 14th or the 13th chapter. Yes, the 13th chapter. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 13. I'm going to just type it in because Sirach 14:7, it says, and if he doth any good, talking about Esau, Edom, right? And we know he can't do good. And if he does good, he doth it unwillingly, right? Meaning he's forced to do it. He doesn't want to do it. He doesn't want to be good, right? But at the end and at the last, he will declare his wickedness. So if he do something good, it's really not good, all right? Because he's forced to do it. And after he does it, guess what? You're going to find out that he has something up his sleeve, man. All right? And that's that noisome and grievous sore that's mentioned in Revelation the 16th chapter in the 2nd verse, what you're going to develop after you take that MOTB, right? Which we believe is a, pus and boils from that, and it's going to develop into CANCER. All right, I'm not going to say it. All right, but that's what's going to happen. All right, see, that's him declaring his wickedness at the end of it. The scriptures say he will have thee in derision after you take this. All right, and a lot of our people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Seminole Native American Indians, you're going to take it willingly. Some of you are going to take it willingly. And some of you are going to take it desperately because you're going to be without. So it says, Gates praised India's digital public infrastructure as the model the world must follow, declaring it superior even to wealthy nations in its efficiency at tracking and controlling populations, man. It says, quote unquote, another place that India leads, but that all of you can be involved in driving forward, is digital public infrastructure, quote unquote. So it says Gates told the gathering. Remember, years ago, right? Maybe 2 years ago, with the World Economic Forum, Klaus Schwab said everybody should push forward to what China was doing. China has massive surveillance on every street corner. You cannot go through China without being monitored, right? If you jaywalking, if you litter, guess what? They have the social credit system implemented there, and guess what happens? They dock your credit. They hit your credit score, man. They fuck with your funds. You see, this is the system that's coming. IUIC, Bishop Nate, what prophecy is this, man? Where is this mentioned at in the scripture, man? All right. General Yohana. Okay. What's the guy name from Believers of the Way? Forgot the guy's name, man. But the leader of the Believers of the Way, HOI, House of Israel, Priest Zabak, Watchman for Israel. Okay, Naquan. Okay, and all you other camp heads out there that don't teach the truth about the scriptures, man. What prophecy is this? It says, quote, no country is more able to pay government benefits and get them out efficiently and effectively than India. You would expect rich countries to do that, but in fact they did not. So that basic structure that starts with identity and bank accounts and payments is just foundational, end quote, right? So India is far more advanced than United States of America, and that's why United States of America is going to be the last. Okay, I'll speak as a man. It might be the last country to push, okay, and mandate this system, man. Okay, so let's keep going. It says, he continued describing the visible satisfaction, how this quote-unquote foundation of total digital slavery is already expanded into every corner of human life. It says, quote, and so, part of this visit, I am now seeing how that foundation is being built out in agriculture, with profiles of farmers to understand what they need and give them advice, built out with health records so we can help people not only with infectious disease, but also the challenge that is coming in the future with the growth of non-communicable diseases. And the growth of these digital platforms will help us with these climate problems, man. Hold on, let me read this again. This is a lot, man. This is why they're going to push out the MOTB. They see it as a beneficial thing, okay? So it says, once again, quote, this is from Kill Gates. And so part of this visit, I am now seeing how that foundation is being built out in agriculture with profiles of farmers to understand what they need and give them advice, built out with health records so we can help people not only with infectious diseases, but also the challenge that is coming in the future with the growth of non-communicable diseases, man. You see, so there's another disease, another pestilence that's coming out. And we know it has a 40% kill. I ain't even gonna say kill, but murder, right? Because Esau Edom, he doesn't kill, he commits murder. Everything he does it ends with murder. These pestilences he creates with the CDC, right? He's only putting these things out here so he can put persuade the minds of the people to end up taking it. All right, and guess what? Not 10 years ago, but 6 years ago, on the RC channel, they were saying that the Pentagon already has so-called microchips, okay, that are able to detect if you're sick or not, man. You see, everything's out there, man. All right, if you can't get it, right, you can't get it, man. We're making it plain upon tables, as the scriptures say, man, as a watchman is supposed to do. So this is back in the quote. It says, and the growth of these digital platforms will help us with these climate problems, man. Right. Right. So now, how can they help you with these climate problems? They're going to be able to tell if you're outside or not. All right. Because you're going to be tracked and controlled. If you breathe a certain amount of air, inhale, exhale, guess what they're going to do? They're going to dock money from your account, man. They're going to hit you with they're going to give you a hard inquiry on your social credit score, man. So it says, translation from those still clinging to freedom. Every citizen will be reduced to a single trackable data node. Your biometric ID, your money, your purchases, your medical history, your farm output, your diet, your movement, and your carbon footprint all merged into one unbreakable ledger controlled by governments and their private partners, man. And we know that Ohio is going to be is now the new Silicon Valley, right? And I say that because all these data centers are popping up all over the place, but the main place is going to be the middle of Ohio, okay, if you might say, middle to southern Ohio, specifically around Columbus, New Albany, all those areas. You have the guy Leslie Wexner, Leslie Waxner, I forgot his name, Wesner, but the Edomite, okay, he bought all this farmland, and they're building data centers upon there, and what's going to be part of those data centers, man? They're going to be creating microchips there. Don't forget they have Google is I guess the main office or facility is going to be in Ohio. Then you have Intel, right? Which Intel means what? Knowledge. That's also going to be here. They call Ohio the heart of America for a reason. It's shaped like a heart, and a lot of things are going to take place here in Ohio, man. All right. So they're able to contract. They're able to tell you, okay, all your money, your purchases, biometric ID, medical history, farm output, your diet, your movement, your carbon footprint, man. Okay, the wicked elite banking families are going to be able to know all these things, man. Okay, because that's who really in control of all of this shit, man. It's the wicked elite banking families, man. The international wicked elite banking families, starting with the Rothschilds, man. Okay. It says, critics were quick to label the speech the most explicit endorsement yet of a global technocratic panopticon. Let's look this word up. You know, let's look this terminology up, man. Because we look up words here. Right? That's what our elders and apostles told us to do. So it says a technocratic panopticon is a modern digital evolution of the Jeremy Bentham's 18th century prison design, where pervasive surveillance by technology, corporations and governments creates a system of total control by using AI data mining and smart infrastructure. Authorities monitor behavior, forcing individuals to self-regulate due to the certainty of observation, thus eliminating privacy and enforcing the conformity, man. And this was an 18th century prison design, man. So they've been planning this for centuries, man. Okay. So let's go back. Right? Where was I at? Alright. Right here. So it says technocratic panopticon. Under the guise of helping farmers, see the guise, which what? Let's look this up. What does guise mean? It means likeness, pretense, an external form, appearance, or manner of presentation, typically concealing the true nature of something. So this is all the wiles of the devil, man. All right, let's grab that. Right? Because the scriptures talk about the wiles of the devil, meaning the craftiness. This guy, the cartoon character was named Wile E. Coyote, man. He was real crafty trying to catch the road runner. But this is the book of Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 10. It says, finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of the Most High, which is his wisdom, knowledge, his understanding, his truth, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil, man. And as you see in the NLT, it says all the strategies of the devil, man. So let's go into this word wiles, all right? So wiles, it says methodia, right, which means cunning, arts, deceit, craft, trickery. It says lying wait. Lying wait to what? To deceive the people, man. See, this is what this system is all about. It says under the guise of quote-unquote helping farmers and fighting quote-unquote non-communicable diseases and quote-unquote climate problems, the system Gates, Kill Gates champions, will give authorities and corporations real-time visibility into what you buy, what you eat, where you go, and whether your body is compliant with whatever metrics they declare healthy or sustainable that week. And I just mentioned all of that, man. So IUIC, ISUPK, HOI, Watching for Israel, Believers of the Way, okay? I don't know if AOC, Ambassadors of Christ, General Hashar, I don't know if they believe the mark is a physical or spiritual thing, but all you camps out here that don't believe it's a physical thing, the mark is a physical mark. What is this system all about that I'm reading, man? And that's coming upon the planet Earth, man. What is it about? What prophecy is this? It says once your biometric digital ID is linked to your bank account and payment systems, refusal to comply, whether by skipping a mandated vaccine, exceeding your personal carbon allowance, man, they're allowing you to fucking breathe air. And air that's been fucking tampered with and sprayed but with certain chemicals, man, to poison the people. They're giving you allowance to breathe air, man, to breathe that terrible air. It says, or failing to update your health records could mean instant financial suffocation, no payments, no benefits, no access, man. This is the system that's coming upon the planet Earth, man. All right? This is what's coming to you Babylonians, you people who call yourselves Americans, man. All right? It says this is not speculation. This is the logical endpoint of the quote-unquote foundational structure Kill Gates celebrated. One digital identity to rule them all. Your body becomes property of the public health database. Your money becomes a permission privilege. Your farm, if you still have one, becomes a node in the central planning algorithm. Gates made it clear that this is not optional. It is the future he and his allies intend to impose worldwide, with India positioned as the shining example and testing ground. The merging of biometric surveillance, financial control, agricultural oversight, and perpetual health monitoring is sold as benevolence, man. Right, which benevolence, let's look this up. It says kindness, the quality of being well, meaning kindness. And we know Esau is not a kind person. Remember, I read it. At the end, he would declare his wickedness, man. So it says, in reality, it is the final architecture of a world where every human breath is licensed, every transaction is scored, and every deviation from the approved lifestyle is punished in real time. Welcome to the New World Order. Your digital shackles are being built, quote unquote, for your own good, man. So this is what's coming, man. It said this is a worldwide thing, man. And I instantly thought of Revelation 3 and 10. And as it says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, and this is Yahweh Shah speaking, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. This is red letter. He's telling his believers, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, which means to suffer, right? Because you're going to have to suffer in order to get delivered, man. Especially if you're a worshiper of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. You're going to have to suffer immensely, okay? Because the elect are not going to take part in this system. They love not their lives unto the death, man, okay? So they're going to suffer. They're going to be patient for the Lord to deliver them. It says, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which is that MOTB, okay, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth, man. So this is going to come upon all the world, man. Okay, this is a worldwide thing. Every country, majority of the countries, okay, small and large, those that are islands that are not so-called have any civilization to them, as far as like technological civilization, they're not going to be part of the beast. They're not, those people are not going to take place in this. Like, for instance, those small islands where they still practice cannibalism. You know, they don't have Wi-Fi. They don't have modern, so-called modern world things there. They're not going to take place. We're talking about countries like North Korea, South Korea, okay, Thailand, Taiwan, small countries like that, okay, are going to be taking part in this global event, man. Okay, hey, Ghana, okay, so those so-called African countries, man, they're gonna push it too, man. Every country on this planet Earth, except for those ones where, like I said, they don't have any infrastructure there as far as technology and, you know, such and so forth. They're not going to be a part of it. But the countries that are established, okay, they're a perfect word, established, they're going to take place. They're going to take a part of this system, man. All right. See, and why is it going to come upon the whole world? Because Israel, okay, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Seminole Native American Indians, you're scattered around the world. And what has to happen is Esau has to try to get as many Israelites to get this mark as he can, man. All right? And that's why it's coming upon all the world, man. And if you take this MOTB, you're going to suffer the judgment and the wrath of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, which is mentioned in Revelation 14:9 and 10. You're going to suffer fire and brimstone, which is going to come in the form of those thermonuclear missiles, man. So IUIC, HOI, okay, Watchmen for Israel, Believers of the Way, okay, can you tell me what prophecy this is? IUIC, ISUPK, can you tell me where is this mentioned at in the scriptures, man? Hey, people want to know, man. All right? So I'm going to close out. Lord willing, this was edifying to one of the Lord's elect. I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakha, Kodash, and double honor to my teachers, the head apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the elect. Kwam Yashar Allah, Shalom, Wa Abba, Babal.